I'm Breathe. Welcome to the world of forms. Synesthesia. You experience it? The blending of senses or concepts in the mind, colors that feel like shapes, sounds that are tasty. I do. If you don't worry. You can join us. We're going to make a conlang competition out of it. Or, really, an art competition. Your conlangs will be judged not as languages, but as art, evoked by synesthesia. We call it ABCDE, a best conlang delicacy experience. The goal? Make a language that feels right. The klong doesn't have to be cursed or naturalistic or anything, just a feely language. Maybe sounds have physical properties. Say E is all sparky and yellow like electricity, or is floofy like a cloud, and so on. Or maybe it's grammar. Say a genitive case feels like the Mets and possessive case feels like the Red Sox. What matters is what you do with these feelings. You combine them so the language's aesthetic communicates an idea or elicits an emotional response. The language itself is the artwork, made from phonotactics, morphology, and so on. As someone speaks your language, its aesthetic should come through regardless of what they are saying. A sparkly language might feel well suited to nervousness or giddiness, something like that. Maybe think of it like how the abstract sounds of instrumental music convey very palpable emotions and convey ideas without saying a word. To help guide you for our first year of ABCDE, we have two optional themes to guide your conlang. One, Nouveau Realism, the words of Yves Klein and his monochromes. And two, Postmodern Cuisine, all sorts of odd and funky eats from our time. Neither of these are mandatory, and you can be more or less literal with your interpretations of these as you please. But a stronger theoretical treatment of these will be appreciated. So what should be in your video? Along with explaining your language, you must translate a sample text. It's the start of the declaration of intention of Nouveau Realism. Only the first part is mandatory to translate. In vain do wise academicians or honest people, scared by the acceleration of art history and the extraordinary toll of our modern age, try to stop the sun or suspend time's flight by running counter to the hands on a watch. We are witnessing today the depletion and sclerosis of all established vocabularies, of all languages, of all styles. And if you want to go a little further, you can continue with this part. Individual adventures, which are still scarce in Europe and America, confront this deficiency by exhaustion of traditional means, and regardless of their scope, they tend to define the normative bases of a new expressivity. Now, the judging. 4 criteria, 100 points each. 1. Unified synesthetic experience. This means the cross-sensory experiences should follow a coherent type of sensory or conceptual synesthesia, or otherwise communicate a fundamental idea via the cross-sensory modes employed. If you yourself do not experience synesthesia, you may adopt an imaginative or poetic set of cross-sensory or cross-conceptual associations for your language. Number 2, aesthetic or conceptual coherence. This is to say, the languages should be more than just X feels like Y. Rather, the sensations evoked in the language should in some way elevate one another in a way that brings the theme of the language together. For example, within a given cross-sensory mode, how successfully is an aesthetic or conceptual idea presented? Number 3, versatility of the language. This is to say, does the aesthetic remain robust regardless of the topic being discussed beyond the translation text? And number 4, emotionally evocative art. Does the language move us as art? as it is spoken, does the aesthetic linger and call forth an emotional response? Now, the formalities. To have your submission be valid, we have some rules. Submissions must be formal languages with formal grammars, capable of translating any realistic text. Submissions must be humanly usable, that is to say, usable given typical human cognitive skills and anatomy. 3. Avoid politics, NSFW content, or other intense subjects. You must translate the sample text. Submissions must not contain AI-generated content. Submissions must be publicly accessible YouTube videos of a length not exceeding 30 minutes, not counting the translation text. Submission showcase videos must be presented in either English, Patois, or Scots. Submissions must be submitted via the World of Forms Discord server or DM'd to me directly. And lastly, submissions must meet the submission deadline. What is the submission deadline? That is TBD. I'll announce it on Discord. The judging format is also TBD. If we receive more than 30 submissions, we may include an initial public round. That's about it. Have fun. Explore. I am excited to see everyone's work. For any other questions, of which I think there may be many, feel free to ask on the World of Forms Discord server. I am more than happy to answer them. And remember, everyone is open to join, even non-synesthetes. チャイニーメントです。